Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I'm excited to get this one rolling. I'm posting this on the TikTok real quick. Brooklyn Nets and Phoenix Suns. Here we go. The tip is underway. And James Harden, without Kevin Durant, without Kyrie, will look to hold down the fort. Harden over to Joe Harris. Joe Harris off the mark. Devin Booker tries rebounding it. It's out to Mikal Bridges, who gets it up to Chris Paul. Chris Paul dumps it in to DeAndre Ayton. Right-handed hook is up and in. Gets it rolling early. Joe Harris over to Tyler Johnson. Tyler Johnson for three, no go. DeAndre Ayton corrals it. Up to Devin. Booker is attacking. Over to Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder dumps it over to Devin Booker. Devin Booker so smooth. Puts in the bucket there, mid-range bucket. I'm expecting a pretty good game out of Devin. Tyler Johnson for three, and it's up and in. Tyler Johnson here. Got to make sure everything's rolling smooth on the live stream. Yep. Who do you think wins? You know, I'm not too sure. As Jay Crowder puts in the bucket. This one, without KD and without Kyrie, it could be extremely difficult for Brooklyn. But I expect a big game out of Harden. I think it'll be fun for Harden. As Harden gets inside, flips it up, flips it in. A very, very good shot there. Can you not copy links here? As Chris Paul gets fouled by former teammate DeAndre Jordan. I got to copy the link and put it on the TikTok real quick. A little distracted. Chris Paul, first one's up. Our second one is up and good. Phoenix versus Brooklyn. This could be a very interesting game. So I'm going to take the Suns just out of safety. I think that Devin Booker has an incredible game. As Joe Harris attacking. He'll have to have a very good game, and he turns it over against Jay Crowder. Just throws it right to him. Devin Booker on the break. 3 balls up, 3 balls off. James Harden rebounds. Over to Tyler Johnson. Tyler Johnson gets a screen by Jordan. He flips it over. Joe Harris pump fakes, drives left. Over to Tyler Johnson, top of the key, off the line. DeAndre Ayton with a rebound up to Chris Paul. Chris Paul throws it all the way up court to Devin Booker, who draws the foul and will head to the line. Yeah, without KD, without Kyrie, they're resting these guys up for Thursday against the Lakers. They want to make a statement. It is what it is. That's the way it rolls. And, it'll be interesting. Devin Booker knocks in one of the 2 free throws here. James Harden brings it across. Last night we watched James Harden against the Sacramento Kings have a very good game. Kyrie also did. But it's all on James tonight. James into DeAndre. DeAndre will kind of hold it. Got away with a travel. He literally just walked all over the place. But Harden gets it. Step back. That was nasty. It's offline. DeAndre Ayton rebounds. He gets it up to CP. CP, Jay Crowder, 4-3 off the mark. DeAndre Jordan gobbles it up. Harden to Tyler Johnson to the corner. Joe Harris. No, sir. Slow start for the Nets. Crowder with the rebound. He's attacking. Goes right through Tyler, but throws it all the way almost to half court, where Devin Booker corrals it. Gets a screen from Ayton. Booker, probing, draws another foul. Devin Booker. I don't know how to make this scoreboard a little bit slower. Because Lord have mercy, it goes so much quicker than YouTube TV. I might have to buy cable instead of YouTube TV just for the latency on the scoreboard. Maybe I can delay it. I'm not sure how. My dog is all of a sudden wanting attention. What? James Harden crosses half court. Mikal Bridges on him, switches off onto Chris Paul. Former teammates going head-to-head. Bruce Brown just realizes how open he was, flips it up and flips it in. 13-7 currently. Paul into D-Book. Devin. It's going to spin. Devin Booker. Will he draw another foul? No. Will he make it? Yes. Devin Booker. Extremely tough take. Ask Dylan. Dylan texted me about my stream delay, so the stream delay should be off, so I should be answering questions quicker this time around. So, I mean, I'm not too sure with the scoreboard considering it's on a whole different link. You know what I'm saying? How we have to do it is I pretty much just go through ESPN Gamecast, and I think that's just going to be quicker, especially with YouTube TV. But Harden brings it up, down 17-10. I mean, I would keep the score if need be, honestly. Joe Harris to James Harden, zips it into Bruce Brown, misses the wide open floater. Chris Paul gets it. And he's going to get a screen from no one. He kicks it out to DeAndre Ayton for three. He's got it. DeAndre Ayton. A deep ball. I'm expecting a big game out of him as well. DeAndre Jordan over to Joe Harris. Joe Harris flips it up. It's good. Joe Harris. Tough shot by Joe Harris. I don't know. I'm not going to complain about the score though, because it's just cool to have the score. I can figure out all the kinks with it as we go. This is my first time having the score as Devin Booker, probing on the inside, shielding off defenders, flips it up and flips it in. Devin Booker has been on a hot streak so far, 10 points early. Brooklyn's got to find a way to play some defense on Devin Booker. Halfway into the first quarter, he already has 10, and the team has 22. Our first break here, commercial break. What do you guys think so far? Obviously, Phoenix Suns have gotten out to a hot start. Again, for the Nets, no KD, no Kyrie. So you can't look that much into it. This is a back-to-back as well. They got a big one against the Lakers coming up. Maybe they don't care too much about this one. Devin Booker is off to a hot start. I'm excited for the second quarter. We get to do our second quarter game with who scores more points. I'll have to figure out what two guys fit the mold. And then we can have a discussion on that. But yeah, I mean, Brooklyn could struggle this game. Obviously, whenever this video or this live stream was planned, they were supposed to be at full strength. Obviously, they rested Kyrie. I don't think he has lower back tightness. Could be wrong, but I think it's more of a rest. But they can't guard anyway, and Devin Booker is one of the best young offensive players in the game. Not even just best young, he's one of the best in general. So it should be pretty interesting to see how Devin Booker approaches this game. He could have one of those games where you're just like, holy cow, this guy can fill it up. And I hope he does. That would be so much fun to watch. Would be so much fun to watch. Who do you guys think finishes with more points? James Harden or Devin Booker for the game? What we thinking? Who has more points, Devin Booker or James Harden at the end of the game? I think I can also, like the chat box, I think I can make that bigger. I think I can make that to where it's pretty easy to see. Kaylee chimes in with Devin Booker. I would agree. I'm also leaning towards Devin. James Harden has it for the Nets as we get rolling here. Joe Harris over to DeAndre Jordan. He gets it over to Harden. Harden attacking in the middle. Kicks it out to the left wing to Joe Harris. Harris, he's stuck. Kicks it into Bruce Brown, and he'll get another floater and gets rejected by Jay Crowder. Great defense, Jay. And Chris Paul will collect the rebound. He gets a screen from Ayton. Chris Paul doing what Chris Paul does. Very patient. Over to Jay, over to Booker in the corner. Booker has Harris on him. He has to like this matchup. Rips right through, goes baseline. Tough pass to Crowder, who finds Booker just camping in the short corner. Devin Booker, another bucket. Watch out. Devin Booker. Might be one of those games, ladies and gentlemen. Sit back and enjoy. Devin Booker. DeAndre Jordan to Harden. Harden flips it up. It's good. James Harden. And Chris Paul will bring it up for the Suns. Looks like a couple subs are about ready to check in for both sides. As Paul gets it to Ayton. He's open. He's got to take that shot. But how about Devin? He gives it to Devin. Devin zips it in the corner to Michael. Michael down low to Ayton. Ayton, cross-court pass to Chris Paul. Behind the back, fades, leans in, two-pointer off the mark. Harris with the rebound. They're going to look to push. Bruce Brown over to Harden. Harden, Euro stepping. James Harden finishes. Tough finish for James Harden. Extremely tough. Chris Paul over to Crowder. Crowder, no hesitation. Won't go. DeAndre Jordan, it's deflected over to Tyler Johnson. Tyler Johnson with the rebound. Johnson comes across half, looks at Harden, gives it to Harden. Harden between his legs towards the left side, probing. A beautiful pass to DeAndre Jordan. A service dime by James Harden. Wow. Over to Ayton. Ayton at the top of the key. They're leaving him open for some jump shots. I'm surprised he hasn't been more aggressive in that sense. Devin Booker pulls it back, gets a screen from Ayton. He's got 6 on the clock. He pump fakes, fires. It's good. Devin Booker. Ladies and gentlemen, he's got 16. Or 14, rather. I'm sorry. Got a little ahead of myself. Maybe next possession he'll go for 16. Joe Harris, step back 3. That's tough. It won't go. Crowder on the glass. Dips it over to Devin Booker. Right wing, Devin Booker time. He crosses. Over to Chris Paul. Chris Paul attacks. Leans in to Ayton. Ayton lowers his shoulder. Gets rejected by DeAndre Jordan. Tyler Johnson gets the rebound. Kicks it over to Joe Harris. Back to Tyler Johnson. Rejected by Mikal Bridges. A very fast-paced game. Devin Booker on the other end. Flips it up. Rejected by Bruce Brown. Wow, some high-octane offense and defense here. Bruce Brown rejecting Devin Booker. Mikal Bridges rejecting Tyler Johnson. That's Landry Shamet, Chris Chioza, and Timothy Wawu Cabarro check in for the Nets. For the Suns, they got Dario Saric, Devin Booker, and somebody else is checking in for the Nets. Looks like Jeff Green is in for DeAndre Jordan. The Nets elect to go small. If I'm DeAndre Ayton, I am calling for the ball. Cameron Payne is in for the Suns, along with Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges, Devin Booker, and Dario Saric. Both teams electing to go small. Dario Saric into Devin Booker. Shamet on him. Bad matchup. Spin move. Devin Booker. Another one. 16 for Devin Booker. Come on, Devin. He's locked in. The Nets have 18. Devin has 16. Strap in for a Devin Booker show, ladies and gentlemen. He's putting one on. Chris Chioza steps back, gives it over to James Harden. James Harden working against Cameron Payne. Another good matchup for Harden. Harden attacks Euros, loses the ball, but they call a foul on, I believe that was Cameron Payne. And it looks like we're going to a timeout. Man, oh man, Devin Booker. I mean, just sit back and enjoy. Devin Booker was 16 early on. I mean, you can't make this up. Kaylee, you're right on cue. He's got 16 first quarter points. I would say firstly. I can't type. What a game thus far. Yes, there's very little delay on the comments, so that is good. I'm glad that has been resolved. D-Book is an all-star. Fred, his numbers so far this season would make you think otherwise. But this kid's skill is unbelievable. Bryce, yes, these Kentucky boys do go crazy. It's good to have you, Bryce. The Kentucky boys just built different. We saw in the first game of the night, Jared Vanderbilt put on an absolute show. And of rebounding, not necessarily scoring, but just doing the things that lead to winning. That's what Kentucky boys know how to do. And, of course, Karl-Anthony Towns in the mix there. And now we get to sit back and enjoy Devin Booker putting on an absolute show right now. Gotta love that. I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure out who I'm going to go with our second quarter who scores more points question. Because I like getting two weirdos in there. And I'm battling with Mikal Bridges or Cameron Johnson for the Suns. We have to have a net player in there. Even though I don't know. We might just go two Sun players. Is it just me or the first quarter have so many commercial breaks? I feel like the first quarter is just crazy. So early on, the Suns are up 28-18 on top of the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets are very shorthanded right now. So, nothing I don't think to be concerned about as Brooklyn Net fans. The unanimous declaration of the 13th United States of America, when the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them. Can I ask you a question, Fred? What in the world are you talking about? as Cameron Payne crosses the timeline. Over in the corner, Cam Johnson. You bet. Absolute butter from Cam Johnson. That man can absolutely fill it up. Go Harden. Harden's a one-man band tonight. So we will see if he can turn back the clock to his Houston days. Harden gets it into Jeff Green. Jeff Green floats it up. Can't go. Almost put it in over top of the backboard. Devin Booker crosses half. Let's see how Devin can do. He's attacking. Loses it. James Harden ends up with it. Up to Jeff Green. Jeff Green all the way up and misses. No foul. Mikal Bridges with the rebound. All the way. Puts it up and puts it in. Mikal Bridges. Tough bucket. As Chioja, the other end. Left, right. Can't find it and dribbles it out. They zip it across court to Landry Shamet. Shamet all the way. There was a foul on Booker. I think that was a rather soft call. Who y'all think is the cutest X Factor host? I mean, I may be biased. I'm pretty tough. Jeff Green's got it. He's going to give it and spin move. Jeff Green fades off the mark. Jeff Green trying to turn back the clock there. Not sure what he was doing. Campaign crosses the timeline. He gives it over to Saric. Saric drives inside, just kind of barrels into everybody and air balls, and Devin Booker gets a technical on the sideline. Devin Booker was not happy with that no call. Threw a towel, or not really threw a towel, but waved his towel at the official, and the official had heard enough. It was a quick trigger, but nonetheless, it was a technical. Harden at the line. It's good. No cap. As Devin Booker picks up a technical, picks up a foul. Cap, though. No cap, but cap, though. I love it. Devin Booker. Probably not the smartest play there. But what can you do? As Harden is going to bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. Harden is being very patient. I think he's going to try to get one where he can have a quick 2-for-1. Harden attacking, loses the ball. Can he collect it? No. Bodies are everywhere. Dario Saric finds it. The Suns corral it. Etuan Moore. Etuan Moore around the half-court line. What happened to the scoreboard? Tough shot, won't go. Jeff Green, rebound. They zip it in. Harden with a turnover before the half. And that's the end of the quarter. 33-22. The Phoenix Suns are up. I'm going to have to fix the scoreboard here. A little bit of an issue. I'm not sure what happened. Hey, I'm glad you think it's cap, Fred. You have to have confidence in yourself. You kidding me? That's the whole point. Sorry, give me 1 second here. I'm trying to fix the scoreboard. I'm not sure what happened. But nonetheless, it turned into a Jared promo. So we had to fix it. It might be a little bit too big there. How's this look? There we go. All right, sorry about that. I had to focus up and edit the scoreboard. It moved for some reason and started showing a sponsor that we don't have. We don't have any, so I can't promote Jared for no absolute reason for any sort of copyright situation that could arise. So I had to get that off there as quickly as possible. But for the second quarter, let's real quick. Let's get right into who scores more in the second quarter. Let's go with DeAndre Ayton or James Harden. DeAndre Ayton or James Harden. Who scores more points in the second quarter? Remember, some people thought that this question was easy yesterday as well. And Harden got outscored by Buddy Hield. Steve Nash, welcome back to Phoenix. That is awesome. I am personally I'm going to say Harden. I really want to go Ayton, but I'm going to say Harden. I'm going to say Harden scores more than DeAndre Ayton. That is our question for the second quarter. Number 13 was retired by the Phoenix Suns. Awesome moment. Welcome back home, Steve Nash. As the Suns start the second quarter. Campaign for 3. You bet. Campaign. Kaylee going with Harden. I would not expect you to vote Harden. It was saved to Campaign. Campaign running on the other end. Cam Johnson straight through the hole and lays it up and in. Cameron Johnson. Love the hair. Love the vibe. Luwawu Cabarro. Tough left-handed finish. Campaign to Saric. Back to Cameron Payne. Gets a screen from Dario Saric. He's looking for him in the post. Nothing, goes to the right wing. Down to Saric. Saric, not much of a post player. Cam Johnson gets it on the wing, attacks, kicks over. One more pass, beautiful. Abdel Nader. Tough shot, and it's good. 3-ball falls. As Landry Shamet, can he answer? Yes, he does. Here we go. Landry Shamet from downtown. Here come the Nets. All it takes is one for them. You blink, they can go on a 20-0 run. Campaign over to Etuan Moore. Kicks it to the corner of Abdel Nader. Nader drives, draw. Oh, my goodness. What a floater. Abdel Nader. 5 straight points for the Suns. He's a guy that came on this year and has been playing extremely well. Chris Chiozza gets a screen from DeAndre. That's Jeff Green. He kicks it into Jeff Green. He's posted up. Looks like he's going to fade. He does. And it rolls in. Jeff Green, a nice little fadeaway jump shot right there. As the Suns cross the timeline. They get it to Dario Saric on the left wing. Fakes a handoff. Gets it to Abdel Nader. Nader kicks it up to Cameron Johnson at the top of the key, who then turns the ball over, trying to entry pass it to Saric. Chiozza across the timeline. Landry Shamet, 4-3 off the rim. Cameron Johnson with a rebound. He's pushing. Etuan Moore may have gotten away with a walk. Cameron Payne over to Cameron Johnson, driving, and he's fouled by Chiozza. I know the Brooklyn Nets do not want to be playing Chris Chiozza. Quick shout-out to the Brooklyn Nets. They did sign very good defender Andre Roberson. Not sure how he fits into the whole team when it comes to that sort of things. But big signing. I know Fred is actually a fan of Andre Roberson, I do believe. So quick shout out, Andre Roberson, who will be a Brooklyn Net. Tomorrow night, again, no NBA games. We will be doing the Kentucky game at 7 o'clock. I'll probably start the live stream 10, 15 minutes early, just so I can sit here and give my thoughts. They start right at 7. Shamet, corner 3 ball. It's good. Corner pocket for Landry Shamet. And a timeout by the Suns. Shamet, I've seen a couple fall through here. Maybe he can get it rolling. Brooklyn Nets players pool. Yeah, and another thing is that Roberson was on those Thunder teams. That is something to keep in mind. So he has played with, obviously, he's played with Harden. He's played with KD. Maybe not in the same, maybe they're not the same players anymore. But he's been around them. So that's just something to kind of, take into a little bit of consideration as we hit another timeout here in the second quarter. Again, it is between DeAndre Ayton and James Harden who scores the most points. Both haven't played yet, so if you still want to vote, you can. Kaylee went with Harden. I also think I went with Harden. I really wanted to go Ayton, but I didn't. I wanted to go DeAndre Ayton so bad. I think he's going to have a great game. Daniel's rocking with Harden. So all three of us are rocking with Harden. Maybe I did a bad job. Again, quick shout out to everybody. We got 35 subscribers. On the road to 100, we are doing a giveaway at 100 subscribers. And if you could, subscribe, do all that fun stuff as we continue to cover these games. The Suns and the Nets. I feel like commercial breaks on national TV are so much longer, too. Like the League Pass game we did earlier with the Lakers and the Timberwolves. The commercials, yeah, I thought that there were a lot. But it just feels like those national TV ones are just a whole different level. But, what do I know? What do I know, man? Let's see. I can't really see that comment. I really think the Cats game will make you explode. You never know. The Cats, that'll be interesting. College basketball. I need to study up on some Vanderbilt players. But other than that, I think it'll be a really good time. But I'm excited, man. I think the Kentucky Wildcats, man, I think that they are ready to turn the corner as we just hop right back into action. Terrible job by TNT there. They get it into Saric. Saric, right-hand hook, it's good. 47-32. Phoenix Suns are up. Chioza gets it to Shamet, who gets it to Green. In the top of the key, he gets it back to Shamet. Shamet gets deflected. Saric with the steal. Saric, Euro step, gets absolutely hacked by Luwawu Cabarrot. And it looks like those two are buddies, so they kind of laugh about it. Luwawu Cabarrot, no mean intentions there. Just a clean, hard foul. Saric understands. And now Saric goes to the line. Dario Saric, I feel like he's just always floats around. Beautiful free throw, however. But he's just one of those guys that finds his way on a team. And if you're wondering who has the best record since the bubble, it's the Phoenix Suns. Obviously, they went 8-0 in the bubble. And since I think they're 18-9. Nope, that wouldn't make sense. 17-9. So that is pretty good for the Phoenix Suns. They're almost up 20 here. As Chioza gives it to Jeff Green. Green hands it over to Luau Cabarro. Cabarro steps back for three. Beautiful shot and beautiful result. Oh, Green. Up to E'Twaun Moore on the left wing. Gives it over. Cameron Payne explodes into the middle. He then does a all-the-way circle, just like the old point guard of the Suns, Steve Nash, would have done, down to Saric. Saric gets it out to Cam Payne. Cam Payne back to Saric. He's got three to work. He'll just turn, face, fire, and it's good. Dario Saric. Jeff Green tacks early, tacks quick, and it's good. Jeff Green right down the middle, right down Broadway. Is that a red carpet? I believe so. Pulling out the red carpet. As it seems like the Phoenix Suns are content with working through Saric. He's right now setting a screen for Cam Johnson, looking to post up. He's got the little man Joe Harris on him. Saric with 4, with 3. He'll fade. Dirk-esque one-footers off the mark. That just looked like he wanted to be Dirk so bad. Jeff Green right to the middle again. No luck this time. Cam Johnson with a rebound up to Cameron Payne. Cameron Payne looking to attack. Cameron Payne is going to get inside, scoops it up, and that's an offensive foul, using the offhand to kind of smack Chioza away. That's Jeff Green in attack mode early in the second quarter. Man, they're showing the highlight of Jeff Green last night. Absolutely posterizing Marvin Bagley. That was an incredible thing there. That was pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. As Jeff Green, the last 17 games, has averaged 30 minutes and taken his point totals up to 12 points per game. Jeff Green has been a great signing for the Brooklyn Nets. He's a guy that in the playoff run, if he plays up to par and if he's healthy, he can really help them get to where they want to go. And he's a great complementary piece to the three stars. As Harden gets it to Shamet. They give it to DeAndre Jordan at the top of the key. A lot of NBA offenses are ran with the big at the top of the key. Harden turns it over. Mikal Bridges knew exactly where that was going. Chris Paul skips it, cross court. E'Twaun Moore, you bet. E'Twaun Moore from downtown. And Landry Shamet is bringing it up. The Brooklyn Nets are down by 17. Short-handed. No KD, no Kyrie. Shamet pulls up for 2, won't go. Cameron Johnson clears. He's going to look to run. He kicks it over to Chris Paul. Chris Paul on the right wing tosses it inside. DeAndre Ayton out to E'Twaun Moore. Can he go back to back? No, he can't. Hung on the rim. No dice. Harden kicks it over. Luau Cabarro. Cabarro is waiting. Joe Harris puts it in. Beautiful mid-range shot by Joe Harris. Gotta love that. Chris Paul. Inside fade away jump shot. Chris Paul. What a shot. Bro, you're telling me. James Harden versus Chris Paul. Former teammates. Harden. Probing, fades, fires. It's good. Come on, James Harden, get cooking. We want to see a good game here tonight. Chris Paul gets a screen. It looked like he was going to step right into it. He does not. Chris Paul floater is up and in. Chris Paul with a nice floater. 4 straight points for Chris Paul. I mean, everybody talks, and they should, about, LeBron's approach with Father Time. But Chris Paul's goes undervalued and unnoticed as Luau Cabarro says, "You're too little" to DeAndre Ayton and puts it up and in the block. Chris Paul brings it up across the timeline, standing at center court. Let's see what he does. Over to Cam Johnson, back to Paul. He's going to get a screen from Ayton. He's going to work. Chris Cross, CP, it's good. The mid-range, Deadeye, and Chris Paul. Man, it really is a work of art. Chris Paul, absolutely beautiful. As James Harden will shoot, but no offensive foul on DeAndre Jordan erases the three-pointer by Harden. 6 straight points from Paul. You got to think he's going to keep going. Hey, and if it's working, you might as well go to it. Chris Paul putting on a show. Maybe a personal game for Chris Paul, going against his former teammate, his former teammates in DeAndre Jordan and James Harden. Last 10 games, he's averaging 21 points, 7 assists, over 50% shooting, 40% from 3. Chris Paul really starting to play well this year as he brings it up. It looks like he zips it into Mikal Bridges, who fades, fires off the front of the rim. Jeff Green rebounds. James Harden attacking. He gets a screen from Jordan. He's probing, dives in, gets rejected by DeAndre Ayton. Chris Paul collects the rebound. He's looking to push. He gets it across half court, blows by Harden. He dumps it off to Ayton, right through his hands. Jay Crowder, top of the key, 3, you bet. When it comes off the hands of Chris Paul, you best believe you have a better chance to make it. Chris Paul to Jay Crowder. What a shot by Crowder. 63-43. Wow. The Phoenix Suns are putting on a show. Maybe not what we expected, as a 20-point game has sprouted here. Turkey sub in a hot tub, says Deion Sanders. Gotta love that. But real quick, looking at our second quarter, scoring, we had James Harden versus DeAndre Ayton, who would score more second quarter points. And right now, Harden has 2, and Ayton has nothing. So, I mean, the Kuzma and Malik Beasley one was a bit of a dud. And now this one is a bit of a dud. But you never know. Could pick it up here. DeAndre Ayton isn't really getting as much usage as I may have thought he would. I thought they were going to attack the well, but Devin Booker and Chris Paul have played extremely well. So that's for a lot of those reasonings are because those two are playing so well, and there's no real reason for him, but. But Daniel, that let's hope that the Nets make this a game, man. You and me both will be out like a light before we know it. But real quick, if you are new, like and subscribe. We always appreciate it. Again, we will be doing a 100 subscriber giveaway. And it'll be a Steph Curry jersey. It's an extra large. If you can't use it, you probably know someone that can. Although he asks you to like and subscribe. And if you enjoy the content, we have a lot of videos being posted every day and every other day. I'm trying to pick up the pace and do 3 a week as we continue to just heighten up. Not wrong at all, man. Not wrong. And, me and Daniel are also... Tomorrow, if you're a fan of fantasy football or just the NFL, our way too early quarterback rankings for the 2021 season of fantasy football will be out. A few surprises there, as we discussed our rankings. And then on Thursday, our 2021 running back rankings. And then next Wednesday, you can anticipate the wide receiver rankings. So it was a lot of fun recording with Daniel. I appreciate him hanging out with me tonight as we continue to do these every night. And Harden is going to get the inbound as the action resumes. James Harden across the timeline. He gets a screen from Jordan, zips it over to Jeff Green, who attacks and then kicks it out. He's dribbling and over to Harden. Harden to Jeff Green. Jeff Green up and in. Tough finish by Jeff Green. Another tough bucket. Jeff Green just attacking inside. Something that this game kind of highlights for the Nets, and I think that we can kind of get into this as the game goes on. That could be a pretty good conversation as Mikal Bridges buries the corner three. The Brooklyn Nets, to start the year, you could have said, man, they have the best, depth in the league. As Harden misses a lay-in, DeAndre Ayton rebounds, Chris Paul attacking, and it looks like he's going to dump it. He's trying. He loses it. He corrals it. Jay Crowder, Bridges, same spot, different result. It rolls out this time. Green corrals it. But real quick, like I was saying, this Brooklyn Net team, you could have argued, had the best bench in the league coming into the year. On the podcast early on, Fred, my buddy, he was really, really excited about the Nets' depth as James Harden buries a three, adding to his third quarter total. But Fred was really, really excited about the Nets team with Harden, Kyrie, and the bench depth of Jared Allen, Karis LeVert, and others, of course. Spencer Dinwiddie, who was hurt, not even traded, as Crowder. Fades, fires good. Jay Crowder. And that is something that, this game can highlight. They don't have any depth. And a game in which, KD and Kyrie are out as Harden misses a three and Booker corrals it and starts coming to the other end. Devin Booker, he's going to just lob it up to DeAndre Ayton. So this is easy for the Suns. But something that you can highlight, again, the depth, that could be an issue. If Kyrie, who is not known for being one of the healthiest lads in the game, as Jeff Green misses, DeAndre Jordan offensive rebound down to Jeff Green, who's fouled by Ayton, and he is now grabbing his stomach area. It looks like DeAndre Ayton need him in the stomach. But, outside of, you got Jeff Green, you got Joe Harris. No, that wasn't knee. I think it was just his chest, and Jeff Green is in a lot of pain. Jeff Green is down. He's holding his ribs. That's a clean foul. Nothing wrong with that foul. But Jeff Green down, holding his rib cage, his chest area. He's in a lot of pain. I'm sure he'll get up. I think Jeff Green's a pretty tough guy. But yeah, is the Nets' depth something for them to be concerned about? And will these signings of a Iman Shumpert, who hasn't really played? I don't think he's played a single minute for the Nets. A signing like Andre Roberson, what does that do for your depth? While it adds a little bit of insurance, those two aren't guys you want on the court, in big moments. Andre Roberson and DeAndre Jordan are two opposites. Whenever you go small, you can put Robertson in. But even then, the way that he was guarded on the Thunder, which made him, become one of the worst players in the NBA, offensively, was because they literally would stick the defender and double somewhere else. Roberson can't create for others. He can't shoot. And maybe he's been in the lab, and maybe he can absolutely rope it now. But what we saw of Roberson, I think, not much of a shooter, not much of a scorer. Heck of a defender. But does he struggle? And the floor stands as a common foul. So they went back and reviewed it. And there was nothing that they deemed gruesome or anything like that. And, of course, Chris Webber is complaining. I think I'm going to do one of these for every TNT game, just so I can turn down Chris Webber, because, my God, he frustrates me. I feel like he needs to stick to March Madness. March Madness beginning March 18th for all you NCAA fans out there, as Jeff Green misses the first. I'll probably do some March Madness games, and maybe not too many. I enjoy watching it. I watch way too many games. I may do a night gap one, but I'm not even sure about that. As Jeff Green He's going to make his second there. Second free throw's up and good. 70-49. Phoenix still up. Chris Paul zips it into Jay Crowder, out to Mikal Bridges. Back to Chris Paul, top of the key, 3, you bet. Chris Paul. An absolute deadeye. An absolute unbelievable start to his second quarter. As Harden, top of the key, dribbling. He's ISOing on Ayton. He's going to go to work. He's going to drive. He's going to get inside, flips up the floater. It's good. James Harden adds to his third quarter. He's got 7. As Chris Paul lets the ball roll. If you are a young point guard, I'm not sure there's anybody else you should study than Chris Paul. As Ayton gives the ball to Paul. Chris, surveying, doesn't see anything he likes. He's got DeAndre Jordan on him. He'll just pull it off the mark. I would have liked to see him try to go somewhere as Harden gets the rebound. He's pushing. Tween, step back 3. You bet. James Harden coming on late in this third quarter. Maybe trying to make it a game. Devin Booker from downtown off the mark. Jeff Green rebounds. As Harden brings it up into the front court. Harden surveying. Can he add to his point total? Gets a screen from Bruce Brown. He's working on Booker. Steps back, tough shot, maybe a foul, no call. Paul corrals it. Up to Devin Booker. Devin Booker's all alone. And he's going to reverse lay in. Oh, my goodness. Devin Booker. 2.8 seconds. And Jeff Green's just going to take the inbound and walk it out, and that's the half. 75-54. Brooklyn is down by 21. I mean, goodness. Shouts out everybody for saying Harden. He got 3 votes, and, I mean, it wasn't even close. He had 10. As my dog, it wants to make her appearance. He had 10 third quarter points. 10 third quarter points compared to DeAndre Ayton's 2. I'm crazy there. Man, oh man. This game is nowhere near as entertaining or interesting as I thought. The Suns, however, are scoring at a very high pace. The Phoenix Suns offense, as I'm going to take a peek here at the numbers. Let me get a drink in my system. It may be time for me to give the Suns more respect. I've said this before. They remind me of, like, you know how last year the Nuggets kind of just snuck into the Western Conference Finals, you know. Things had to happen. They had to come back from a couple 3-1 deficits. It wouldn't surprise me if the Suns end up on one side of the bracket from the Lakers. If they're a Western Conference Finals team, I could see it. Wouldn't surprise me. I would love it. I think it'd be a lot of fun for Chris Paul and those guys to go head-to-head. Let's look around the league real quick. As the Boston Celtics get a big win against the Denver Nuggets. Doesn't matter. Nikola Jokic had 43. It looks like Jaylen Brown, 27-5-5. Jason Tatum, 21-6-8. The Pelicans had 144 points against the Grizzlies. Zion with 31. Brandon Ingram, 22. Josh Hart with 27-9. Gotta love that. The Grizzlies, John Morant, 28-7-8. Dylan Brooks with 18. Kyle Anderson with 19. As the Grizzlies lose another one. The Raptors beat the Bucks. It's a bad loss for the Bucks. The Bucks have now lost 4 in a row. They won to start February, 5 in a row. And now they've lost 4 in a row. The Milwaukee Bucks. Their team needs to make a move. They need it. They need it bad. And the Raptors are starting to get back on track, and the Trailblazers beat the Thunder. Enes Kanter had 21 rebounds, 8 points. Damian Lillard had 31, 7 and 10. Nazir Little, 13 off the bench, 5 of 5 shooting. Love to see that for the kid. And for me, Simons also had 15. And then, of course, the game that we are in, the Suns are up 75-54. James Harden with 20. Jeff Green and Luau Cabarrot and Joe Harris all with 7. And then for the Suns, you got their top 3 scorers is Devin Booker with 18, Chris Paul with 12 and 5, and DeAndre Ayton with 9 points and 6 rebounds. So, last game of the NBA world for the night. Again, tomorrow, the Kentucky Wildcats play Vanderbilt. And I will be on here with a live. I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do with the score, but we will figure that out. It should be a good time. And, yeah. So there is kind of our recap going on now. And, Devin Booker put on an absolute tear. I'll tell you what. If the Suns are up by 25 or more, at any point in this quarter, I might call it. Might call it a night. Because Lord have mercy, I got to wake up tomorrow. And I'm not about just to sit here and literally not even watch half decent basketball. You dig? And so it should be fun here, as we are at half, and I'm just gonna run to the restroom, and I will be right back. Let's bring it back. We're live. We're back. My dog was getting really uneasy, and I had to go to the restroom, so I had to take a step away for a minute. Imagine that. Lucy getting uneasy. No way. But real quick, for the Milwaukee Bucks, I kind of touched on them a little bit. Um, what do you guys think? I know there's only a few people in here. Um, what do you guys think they need to do? Because I've been stuck on the Bucks. Who do they move? I've played around with the idea of trying to get Giannis at the 5. Welcome back, thank you. I've been trying to figure out for the Milwaukee Bucks what exactly they need to do, and I think that they need to sell out to Giannis being the 5 for the year. Just see how it goes. What's the worst that can happen? You already got beat in the second round last season. You're not going to get beat in the first round unless you just absolutely sell the bag and, you just don't produce, which I don't expect them to do, I expect them to get to the second round. I'm not too sure after that. It's all about matchups and such, and I honestly don't trust Giannis. And so it's weird. If I were them, a guy that makes a lot of sense that was thrown out in the podcast a few weeks ago, not even yesterday, but a few weeks ago, was Terrence Ross. I think that's extremely interesting. I think if the Raptors have to shed, if they're trying to get Drummond and they're, hell-bent on getting Drummond, then if you're the Milwaukee Bucks, you kind of throw in something about Norman Powell. Just a guy that can space the floor. Then you give Brook Lopez somewhere. I don't think, while Brook Lopez is the ideal center, Bobby Portis has been playing extremely well. And maybe you just roll with Giannis at the 5. I don't think it's the worst idea in the world. It's actually what I would lean towards in this approach towards trade deadline season and such. So just kind of food for thought. If you guys have any opinions, you can let me know because I actually think it's interesting. What are they going to do? What can they do? Nikola Vucevic makes a ton of sense. And I've really pointed at the Boston Celtics and Milwaukee Bucks. Yeah, you did. But it's okay. I'll try to correct you, Vucevic. I think that's it. I just spelled it better for you. But I think it makes a ton of sense to get Vucevic in there. Nikola Vucevic is a fantastic. He can do everything Brook Lopez can do, but he can score on the block better. He can rebound better. He can do everything else that Brook Lopez. Maybe not defend the rim as good, but you have Giannis, so it's not like you're necessarily needing a rim presence. And if you keep, which I don't think you can, but especially if you get Vucevic, you have Drew Holiday, Middleton, Giannis, and Vucevic. If that can't get you to the Eastern Conference Finals, I think it's a little deeper problem than you would like to admit. But, I'm not sure if Milwaukee fans are ready for that conversation. Yo, this high C water packet, top notch, guys. High C mash and mango melon. Give it a try. Naturally flavored. It's incredible. If you are a flavored water fan, take you a swing on it. It's good stuff. It is good stuff. But yeah, for the Milwaukee Bucks, I think Vucevic makes a lot of sense. And then outside of that, I think you just, if you do go the Vucevic route, which if you can, great. If you can't, this is probably real life. Go get Giannis, or go let Giannis be your 5. I don't understand why people would be against that. Because he technically already is. It's just one of those ideas that I'm not sure why it doesn't get as serious, notice as everything else. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. But Giannis, I really want to like Giannis. I really do. But Lord, he just frustrates me, man. He frustrates me. He really does. And I can't explain it. But, you know, it is what it is, I guess. But real quick, I kind of want to throw out my Drummond trade. I don't know if I've talked about it, but while we're at halftime, I will. I believe Andre Drummond should be traded to the Kings in a 4-team trade that involves the Magic, that involves the Celtics, the Kings, and the Cavs. I think those 4 teams could work out a deal. And the trade would go as follows. The Celtics would trade Semi Ojeleye in 2 seconds to the Kings for Nemanja Bjelica. He's just ugly. But anyway, the Celtics would gain Nemanja Bjelica, a very elite floor spacer, for 2 seconds. And Semi Ojeleye, who has struggled. But he's young, and I think the Kings would take a little flyer on him. He's played in some bigger games with the Celtics, so he's got a little bit of experience as a young guy. And then the Magic trade, Dwayne Bacon, Terrence Ross to the Kings for Jabari Parker, Hassan Whiteside, and one of the 2 seconds they just got from the Celtics. And then the Cavs trade Andre Drummond for Marvin Bagley, Corey Joseph, and a first. It makes so much sense to me. The Cavs get, ultimately, like this would be what they get is Marvin Bagley, Corey Joseph, and a first. The Celtics get Nemanja Bjelica. The Kings get Semi Ojeleye, Dwayne Bacon, Terrence Ross, Andre Drummond in a second. And then the Magic get Whiteside, Parker, and 2 to 3 seconds, depending on, the market for that. Maybe the Kings don't even take any seconds. They just hand them all to the Magic, give them about 3 to 4 second-round picks for Terrence Ross and Dwayne Bacon. I can see that happening in my reasoning. The Kings need to show De'Aaron that they want to win. De'Aaron Fox could end up being one of those guys who is an incredible talent, yet he feels his organization doesn't want to win, and so he feels the need to get out and go somewhere else. And if you're a King fan, I don't want that for you. It's fun to grow and love these guys, and as a big market fan, I love the Lakers, so it's easy for me to sit up here and say I hate that for you because I ultimately kind of reap off of some of the lower teams' misfortunes. And so, yeah, my reasoning is, you get some solid bench depth with Terrence Ross, Dwayne Bacon, and Semi Ojeleye, and then you get the star and Andre Drummond to pair up with D. Fox. And I think it'd be very, very good. That's my dog is being very noisy. Imagine if this trade were to happen identically. If it were to happen identically, I would probably send the clips to the NBA. Trying to get some wow, you did that as the second half kicks off or is underway for the Suns and the Nets. I think it makes a lot of sense for both teams, man, or for all four. All 4 teams involved, as there's an offensive foul on DeAndre Ayton early on. I mean, the Celtics get an elite floor spacing big that doesn't need the ball to be good. They've always felt the need, even with Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and all those guys, to get guys who are ball dominant. Doesn't make any sense, so you get an elite floor spacer. The Magic gain picks and guys you can potentially move / shed, and you start the buy-in to the rebuild. And you could trade Vucevic to the Bucks, and it would probably have to be a 3-team trade, I'm sure, because the Bucks don't have a lot of picks. They traded a ton of them to Drew Holiday, or to the Pelicans for Drew. As it looks like there was a 3 in the key. Harden, free throws good. But yeah, I mean, in the Cavs, they get a young power forward with a first, Marvin Bagley. And they didn't want Drummond anyway, so they get the first and a young power forward. Corey Joseph added in for the contracts to work. It makes so much sense as Devin Booker deflects it to Mikal Bridges, gets it back for a three. It's off the mark. Tyler Johnson rebounds. He's attacking. He's going to get it over to Harden. Harden probing in the middle of the lane. Gets a screen from DeAndre Jordan. He's working on Ayton. Harden, it feels like a step back. Yes, sir, it is. And it's off the mark. DeAndre Jordan deflects it out back to Harden, who then kicks it over Joe Harris for three. No, sir. Mikal Bridges collects the rebound. And here we go. Chris Paul. Wow. Stutter step, mid-range, no go. Bruce Brown with the rebound. But yeah, I just think it makes a lot of sense for the Cavs to be big players and just collect as many picks as you can for your older guys. That's an ugly turnover there. I don't think they can get anything for Kevin Love. And if they could, I think they should move him. But I'm just not too sure what that market would look like, you know. He has a humongous deal. I'm pretty sure he has 2 years left as Devin Booker floats in the middle of the lane with a beautiful shot by Devin Booker. Harden over to Tyler Johnson. And 3 ball is up, 3 ball is good. And something really quick that is really intriguing with this Suns team right now as they get the putback up and in. Dude, they only have 4 turnovers. That's unbelievable. We just saw the defending champions have 10 turnovers in the first quarter. As James Harden, a beautiful dime, Bruce Brown can't finish the layup. The Gamer Manzi, what's up, my guy? How are you doing? Tyler Johnson, pump fakes, relocates, sets up, fires. And it's good. Tyler Johnson from downtown. How are you doing, the Gamer? Chris Paul to Ayton. Ayton gets it over to Devin Booker. Devin Booker, top of the key, lobs it in. DeAndre Ayton. That is just too easy. This Brooklyn Nets team really struggling to defend the paint. Really struggling to defend the perimeter. They're struggling to score. And here comes James. Harden directing traffic. Well, he's got 8. He's got to make something happen. He does. Beautiful pass. Bruce Brown can't finish again. Bruce Brown. Chris Paul. Jay Crowder. 3 ball. Off the mark. Harden corrals it. Harden's looking to push. Harden over to Tyler Johnson, who kicks it in to Bruce Brown again. Bruce Brown not looking to score in the corner. Drives in towards the middle. Kicks it out to Harris. Back to Harden. Harden, ISO ball, top of the key. Feels like a fadeaway kind of game. Step back, fade away for 3, no go. Jay Crowder with the rebound. Chris Paul pushing. Chris Paul, in and out cross. Gets a screen from Ayton. He's probing. Kicks it over to Booker, back to Paul. Chris Paul for 3, no defense, doesn't matter. Rebound by Harden. Harden attacking, over to Joe Harris. That's a 3, and is it good? Yes, sir, it is. Joe Harris with a walk-in 3. 81-64. Maybe, just maybe, the Brooklyn Nets start chirping back. But yeah, with the trade that I kind of just discussed, I just think it makes sense. And in my little universe, I have another trade. I actually have 3 of them. And it's with the Wizards. It's a 3-team trade. The Wizards, the Rockets, and the Cavs. So the Cavs, if I'm you, I'm involved, as I said. The Wizards trade Mo Wagner and a second to the Cavs for JaVale. Okay. And then the Wizards trade Rui Hachimura, Davis Bertans, a first and 2 seconds to the Rockets for Victor Oladipo. And so the Wizards get Oladipo and JaVale. The Rockets get Rui Bertans, a first and 2 seconds. The Cavs get Mo Wagner in a second. They get another young player and a pick. In my reasoning, the Rockets get a first, some seconds, and grab a solid young guy in Rui. They start to gain some draft capital back from whenever they moved for Russell Westbrook. And then that's been really the front office's biggest thing. I think they can get a second for P.J. Tucker coming down towards the trade deadline, and they need to be active. But I think Oladipo has moved. I've said it since he was traded there. I think he's moved again by the he can be traded March 3rd. He might get moved March 4th. But I think he gets moved. The Wizards, they're not going to tank this year. So it's their one final ditch effort to compete with Beal and Westbrook. You bring in a little bit of defense with JaVale and Oladipo. You obviously would then have a power forward hole. But you gain some solid defense in Oladipo and some rim protection in JaVale that you don't have. Robin Lopez is solid, but JaVale is better than Robin Lopez. And so you bring in defense and you give some picks up to shed one of the worst contracts in the NBA in Davis Bertans. And with the Rockets, Bertans can kind of be a guy that can get his numbers for a few years and then agree to a buyout. And he'll go to a contender because he'll probably be at the age where he's ready to start playing on contenders and being spot-up shooters. And then for the Cavs, again, gain a pick and a young guy. You're just giving up JaVale. You have no real connection with JaVale. You're not trying to win. If you were, you would keep Drummond. But you're not trying to win. You get Wagner, who's a stretch 4, stretch 5. And you really start to focus on bringing in some youngins. The last few games, I think their record in the last 14 is 2-12. The Cavs are kind of taking steps back. So that for me, that is where they should go. And if those two trades were to happen for the Cavs, just listen to this. If you're a Cav fan, just wait. You got Darius Garland, young. Colin Sexton, young. Isaac Okoro, young. Marvin Bagley, and then Jared Allen. That's something to get excited about with Cleveland. And not to mention they'll have picks, they'll have this, they'll have that. And then off the bench they would have Corey Joseph, Cedi Osman, Torian Prince, Larry Nance, and Mo Wagner. As Jay Crowder puts up a 3, and it's good. But yeah, just something there. Really excited. If you really want to dive into those, we do a little bit of a deeper dive in our NBA trade deadline episode. Really good episode. I highly recommend it. It was a lot of fun to make and create and to come up with these trades. It was just so much fun. As Harris draws, kicks to DeAndre Jordan, and he's fouled, and he gets the bucket to go. Jay Crowder kind of telling him to stop being a little baby. Oh, yeah. Jay Crowder smacked him in the dome. Go Cavs, baby. Yeah, Daniel, and I really, if I'm the Cavs GM, which, I mean, if I was, I'd be on the phone. Those are the moves I'd make, man. I mean, that starting 5 is something to get excited about for the fans. I mean, you can't tell me you roll out that starting 5, you're not like, oh. Like, they're blacked out in Kentucky, so obviously even on League Pass I can't watch them. But, it's just one of those things, man. I would want to watch that team. They would be a fun watch, fun click on as Devin Booker gets to the rim, finds Jay Crowder in the corner, and beautiful ball movement by the Suns. Chris Paul on the left wing. He's looking, surveying, kicks it. Devin Booker, mid-range jumper, no good. Tyler Johnson clears it. Flips it over to Harden. Harden, attacking, gets a screen. Going downhill, Joe Harris, nothing. Great closeout. Tyler Johnson left open, doesn't matter. He's going to miss. Mikal Bridges with a rebound. Devin Booker pushing. Devin Booker all the way. Finds Crowder in the corner. You bet. That's butter. What a shot. What a find. Devin Booker. Is he a playmaker? Who knows? Devin Booker finding Jay Crowder. 15 points and 6 rebounds for Jay Crowder. Joe Harris answers right back with a mid-range jump shot. The Nets just trying to lurk to keep it interesting here. The Brooklyn Nets. Chris Paul with a screen from Ayton gets a wide open mid-range just too hard as it bounces a few times on the back of the iron and falls off. James Harden attacking. He's going to survey. He gets a screen from Bruce Brown. Now he's got D-Book on him. He's going to work. Nothing yet, just kind of hanging out in the backcourt. Not doing anything. He's got 6. He's got to make a move. Quick move. He does. Back fourth, tries floating it up, gives it to a teammate, and DeAndre Jordan dunks it home. Late in the shot clock, the Brooklyn Nets, a little 4-0 spurt. That's all it takes in some of these games. You just keep chipping. In NBA games, guys can get lax, guys can get comfortable, and that's whenever you need to pounce. As they bring it up the court here, Chris Paul gets it in. Devin Booker, another mid-range shot won't go. Devin Booker has cooled off. Joe Harris up to Harden. Harden working it. He's going to get inside, find Tyler Johnson for three. You bet. Tyler Johnson. 87-74. Here come the Nets. Just like that. Brooklyn. Chris Paul out to Mikal Bridges. Mikal attacks, fouls. And James Harden is yelling at his team about rotations. Not happy with that one. Hey, who knows? Maybe this game could get a little interesting for us. Who knows? But to you guys, is the Brooklyn Nets depth a problem, or can their stars just overcome every issue that the depth in the defense could present? As Cameron Payne gets it to Ayton. Ayton gives it to D-Book. D-Book lobs it in. DeAndre Ayton with the foul. Count him up. DeAndre Ayton. Great pass from Devin Booker. Unbelievable left-handed scoop pass. And Harden got there late and fouled him. What a pass. My goodness. Absolute dot. And DeAndre Ayton puts in the free throw. And now Harden trying to keep Brooklyn afloat. Harden gets a screen from Luwawu. Now he's going to work. He's got Cameron Payne on him. You've got to attack this matchup. Try to get Shaman an open look. Try to get Harden one. Bruce Brown sets a screen. Bruce Brown gets open. Shaman gets the ball. Step back, mid-range jumper. It's good. Landry Shamet. My goodness. Landry Shamet. That guy has started to grow on me. Devin Booker driving behind the back. Goes towards the right side. So tough, so pretty. Oh, my goodness. Devin Booker. So tough. James Harden brings it up to the other end. Harden working on Payne. He can't guard him, and one. My goodness. James Harden versus Devin Booker. Here we go. James Harden flips it up. He got fouled. I'm not sure if that was Ayton or Payne. I would probably have labeled it on Payne, but Ayton gets the foul nonetheless. Harden at the line for one. And he gets three the good old-fashioned way. Harden with 24. Cameron Payne to DeAndre Ayton. Gives it over to Booker. Booker to Payne, back to Booker. He's, just attacking, not really doing anything, playing with the ball. Over to Mikal. Mikal gets it into Ayton. Ayton skips it to Cameron Payne. Cameron Payne attacking. Devin Booker hesitates, fires, way off. Shouldn't have hesitated. That's Bruce Brown on the attack. Off to Luwawu. Luwawu skips it. Are they going to give him a charge? They do. Cameron Payne with the charge. Luwawu Cabarro went in recklessly. And they gave him the charge. I'm not, it kind of hit the side of his body. I'm not too sure about that one, but nonetheless, a charge was called, and that is all that matters. Cameron Payne brings the ball up for the Suns. And Mikal, they're trying to get an open look for him. He'll just hand it back to Cameron Payne. Saric on the screen. Cameron Payne attacking. Steps back behind the three-point line. Cam Johnson. Back to Cameron Payne. Cameron Payne all the way. Flips it up. No good. Chris Chiozza on the attack. flips it over. James Harden all the way. Right-handed layup is up and good, and we have a game. It's an 11-point game. Phoenix Suns 92, Brooklyn Nets 81. Here we go. 26-8 for James Harden. Devin Booker attacking. No, over to Cameron Payne. Down to Sarge. Sarge working on Cabarrot. He skips it down to Cameron Payne. Back to Sarge. Sarge for three. They need it. They don't get it. Harden with the rebound. This is a big possession for the Brooklyn Nets. Harden. He's just doing what Harden does. Tween cross tween. Tween cross tween. Finds Luwawu. He's fouled on his way to the line. And the Brooklyn Nets can put this within single digits. And like that, the Brooklyn Nets are only down 11 and are at the free throw line. This Brooklyn offense can just roll at times. It's kind of crazy. I've never seen stuff like it. I actually have, the Warriors, but what a game we got brewing, Daniel. This is exactly what we wanted, man. Some interesting things can happen here in the next 14 and a half minutes. I appreciate everybody for hanging out in the first stream where we talked during the Lakers and the Timberwolves. I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight for the Suns and the Nets. Tomorrow, again, no NBA games as we prepare for the Brooklyn Net Laker game on Thursday. Should be a lot of fun. And, tomorrow we will be doing no college basketball. Kentucky Wildcats versus Vanderbilt. Should be a really fun game. I'm excited to watch Kentucky and to announce my first Kentucky game. I'm super excited. Should be a lot of fun. Hopefully they can get a big win. They need a big win. They got a big one against Auburn on Saturday. Now they need to bounce back and get another one on Wednesday against Vandy. This is all steps in the right direction. They need to take them. And you think I'm excited with them right now? If they win tomorrow, I will be beyond excited. I will be ready to rumble. I'll be planning my March Madness around the Wildcats schedule. I can dream, that is for sure. As we wait on the return of action for the Brooklyn Net Suns game, man, this game has gotten really, really good. Drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you are new. We are doing a 100 subscriber giveaway, and we are just almost, we're right at, I think, 65 away. So if you are one person that is not subscribed, if you want to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, we really appreciate it. It helps us, and it ultimately can help you. You can win the giveaway. We're also doing a giveaway on TikTok. If you don't know, once we get to 150 followers, we're giving away $25. So it'll either be through a Visa gift card, or you can get it through Cash App or one of those devices there. So, just show some love. We'll be sure to get back to you guys because we love it. We love what's going on. We love the support that we're receiving. But we obviously want to entice you to subscribe and follow us on social media and such as Luwawu Cabarrot makes it a 9-point game. This can get interesting as Kyrie and KD are just chatting it up on the bench. Cameron Payne over to Saric. Saric gives it over to D-Book. Devin Booker. Barking orders to Saric. Saric trying to post up against Luwawu. He does. He gets it in. He's got 4. Great pass to Mikal Bridges. Great cut, Mikal. And this is yet another game that will probably be in the 100s. Not the Brooklyn Nets, but potentially the Suns will be in the 100s before the fourth quarter even starts. Luwawu Cabarro. Probing. They give it to Harden. That's a 3, and it's good. James Harden. Uh-oh, here comes Harden. Cameron Payne on the other side. He gets it over to Dario Saric, who gets it to D-Book. Devin gets a screen. Devin over to Payne. Payne steps right into it. No hesitation. It's good. That was butter. Oh, net, no iron. What a shot by Payne. As Chiozza gets inside, kicks it out, and then he finds the open man after relocating. DeAndre Jordan, offensive rebound, and stick back. And here comes the Suns. Cameron Payne gets a screen. He's going to sidestep for 3. It's good. Cameron Payne. He is hot right now. Cameron Payne. Who would have thought it? Chiozza to Shamet. Shamet up fake. Over to Harden. Harden on the left wing. He's attacking. Flips it up for Jordan. Jordan gets fouled. It's about the only way you can stop a James Harden lob. Is by just absolutely destroying him. Destroying DeAndre Jordan, rather. Sorry about that yawn. That was a big boy yawn. Ask anybody you know about me. Normally I'm in bed by 10 o'clock. DeAndre Jordan over to Harden. Harden. Dribbling. ISO. Step back 3. Oh, all air. Air ball for Harden. I thought it was money. It looked good. It looked good to me. I'll be interested to see what this fourth quarter looks like. Does, James Harden and them kind of, do they start rolling, or do the Phoenix Suns kind of just take over? I'll be interested to see. These things are going to kill you if you do it every night. I think you'd be surprised. I could do pretty well. It's more so just, not a overly exciting game throughout. And it's also, I need to do some early ones as well. I don't need to always do the late ones. As Cam Johnson gets a steal and then gets ripped by Harden. And it's Phoenix ball. 7.5 seconds left. Great hustle by Harden to get back. Yeah, like tomorrow night, I'll probably be out like a light by about 10 o'clock. Devin Booker off the line. We got to rest up for the Brooklyn Net Los Angeles Laker game. That should be fun. Regardless of no AD or not, the Nets will more than likely be at full strength. And the Lakers, if they want to make any sort of statement, it'd be to go in there and get a win against the Nets. So that'll be a fun game on Thursday. Can't wait for that one. That is a 10 o'clock game. And then over the weekend, I can pretty much do these with no problem. It's really just Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But it's the grind, Daniel. This is what it's all about, man. Figuring out new things to do. I've always kind of wanted to talk about games, but I didn't know if play-by-play was kind of what I wanted to do, and I always thought of myself as a second man. So this is some valuable experience for me, and I'm excited. But who do you think pulls this one out? It's 100-88. I think, personally, the Phoenix Suns are going to pull away here. It's only a matter of time. We're prolonging the inevitable, so to speak, here. As we see here, DeAndre Jordan has 9 and 6. James Harden has 29, 6 and 8. Luau Cabarro has 9 points. Landry Shaman has 8, and Bruce Brown has struggled. He is absolutely struggling. And for the Suns, Cameron Payne with 9. He put in 6 quick ones there to end the third. Kind of keep the Suns lead there for a while. Dario Saric with 6 points. Cameron Johnson with 7. Devin Booker with 22. And then Chris Paul with 12. Chris Paul has kind of been going at like a weird pace tonight. He like put his foot on the gas for a little bit of time and then completely took it off. It's the easiest question of the night. So, here's another question that could be a little bit more difficult for you, Daniel. Do you think that the Phoenix Suns will win by more than 12? Will they expand on their lead, or will it be a little bit closer? Phoenix is doing a really good job of assisting here. As Jeff Green, top of the key, hands it off to Joe Harris. And it looks like there was a foul. I hate that nowadays with the NBA. Like, with all the auto-generated noises and stuff that they put in there, that they plug into the arenas, man, like, you can't hear the refs whistle anymore. And it is really annoying because you kind of just have to watch. There's Jeff Green, nowhere to go, hands it off to Tyler Johnson. Tyler Johnson steps back, spin, move. What in the world are you doing? Air ball. Tyler Johnson just made a fool out of himself as Chris Paul comes to the other end. Chris Paul over to Mikal Bridges. I can't believe what Tyler Johnson just did. Dario Saric is fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2 free throws. Man, that cracks me up. I mean, Tyler Johnson legit just turned on Hoop Mixtapes and just started going to town there for a minute. That's hilarious. As Saric at the line. First one's up. First one is good. All butter. More than 12? Okay. But hopefully not. Yeah. I mean, I would like a closer game. But closer games normally lead to lots of timeouts. And I don't really want lots of timeouts. So I'll go Phoenix. So since acquiring James Harden, the Nets have the best fourth quarter offensive rating as Jeff Green fouled and won. Dario Saric, stupid foul. And Jeff Green will go to the line to look to convert on the 1+1. Jeff Green, man. What a signing. What a signing. Kind of touched on it earlier. Jeff Green. Can he convert? He will. Chris Paul brings it across half court, gets a screen from Saric. Over to Cameron Johnson. Cameron Johnson attacking. Spin move, fade away, won't go. Landry Shamet rebound. And he's attacking. He's stepping back. Had an open look. Surprised he didn't take it. Over to Joe Harris. Joe Harris, he's not shy, and he'll make it. Joe Harris, 102-94. Here we go. 10:40 to go. Third triple of the night for Joe Harris. Maybe he can get going as Chris Paul tries. But no, he passes it. Joe Harris with the steal. Joe Harris all the way. Right-handed finish, air ball. But they call a foul. So Joe Harris going to the line. It's 102-94. Brooklyn with 2 free throws here. Joe Harris steals it away from Abdel Nader. And they call a little bit of a late whistle, but a whistle nonetheless. And now Joe Harris will go to the line. Joe Harris, it's up. And it's good. 102-95. And let's see what he can do here. And he is going to put in the second one. Cameron Johnson gets it into Eton Moore. Eton Moore is going to bring it into the front court. He's going to hand it over to Chris Paul. Landry Shamet being pesky on the defensive end. Chris Paul, top of the key, working, fading, firing, good. Chris Paul, the mid-range deadeye. You already know. Over to Joe Harris. Joe Harris again. No James Harden on the court right now, so the Joe Harris show continues left-handed up and in. Joe Harris saying, let me lead the way. Joe Harris makes it another 6-point game. Andre Roberson is already with the team. Wasn't he just signed today? Chris Paul going on the inside. Another mid-range jump shot. Hello, Chris Paul. CP3 hitting on some mid-range jump shots here. Jeff Green over to Luau Cabarro. Cabarro, pump fakes, nothing. Over to Shamet. Shamet gets a screen, 3-ball. No, sir. Abdel Nader with the rebound over to Chris. Chris is attacking. He wants to get downhill. He throws it over to Ayton. Ayton, jump ball. No, it's a foul on Joe Harris. I thought that would be a foul, but what do I know? Again, real quick, I am going to take off the scoreboard just for this quick stretch of time because there's no need for it to be getting, I need to have another thing there for whenever I don't have the scoreboard there. I think I need to have something there. I'm not too sure what that would be, but I think I need to have something there. Maybe our information, maybe the TikTok, the YouTube. I need to get an Instagram rolling. Cam Johnson for 3, no go. Tyler Johnson with the rebound. Johnson pushing. Over to Jeff Green, who might step into one. Nope, one more to Landry Shamet. It's good. Landry Shamet, 5-point game. Here we go, Daniel. 106-101. Chris Paul with Tyler Johnson on him. He gets the screen. He actually goes around the screen. Chris Paul up and in. The Chris Paul show has begun. Tyler Johnson into the front court. He's attacking against Chris Paul out to Jeff Green. Jeff Green 4-3 off the mark. Jay Crowder rebounds. Over to Devin Booker. Devin Booker, you got to think Harden will be coming in any time now. You can't miss up this opportunity. Booker, spin move. Mid-range, no. Out to Paul. Paul, jab steps. Trying to find some space. Spin, move, in and out, cross. Terrible shot. It landed on the outside of the backboard. Yeah, that was ugly. Great defense by Bruce Brown. That was ugly. I just got I was like, what am I watching? That was crazy to watch. Jeff Green hands it off to Luau. Luau pulls up, mid-range, won't go. DeAndre Ayton battling. He'll grab it. Hands it over to Jay Crowder, who then gives it to Paul, who then gives it to Booker. 4 of the 5 Suns have already touched it this possession. Devin Booker attacking, kicks it out, gets deflected, but it finds Paul anyway. Devin Booker, baseline, attacking, spin, flips it out. Jay Crowder, 4-3, no sir. Jeff Green rebounds, but there's a foul on Ayton. Ayton being a little bit too aggressive going for that rebound. And now it looks like there's a timeout. I'm going to take another potty break before we get into the fourth quarter. Drinking all these liquids is killing me. Here we go. We're back. We're ready to rumble. It looks like sorry, my scoreboard is messing up again. I'm not even going to worry about it. Who cares? I'm not going to worry about it. We're done with the scoreboard. Anywhere not. So again, big shout out to everybody. I really appreciate you guys all hanging out with me tonight. It was a lot of fun. And obviously we still got a little bit of a game left going here. So let's see how this one ends. Proper number 12, Irish whiskey. And now, here we go. Landry Shamet to Jeff Green. Jeff Green attacks, kicks it out to Shamet. Shamet looking to relocate. He attacks, gets right around Ayton. What a finish. Landry Shamet. Oh my goodness. Landry Shamet. What a move. What a finish. DeAndre Ayton hands it off to Devin Booker. Devin Booker fades, fires, won't go. Luawu Cabarrot rebounds. Shamet attacking. Tyler Johnson for 3. You bet. 108-106. Here we go. 108-106. It's a 2-point game. Chris Paul bringing it up. You best believe he's taking this one. Over to Jay Crowder. Back to Paul. Paul's getting a screen from Ayton. And he just passes it over to Crowder. Down to Ayton, who's going to rip through and slam it. 110-106. Now we're talking. Jeff Green over to Shamet. Can Shamet stay hot? Shamet, tween, behind the back tween. Step back 3. Oh my goodness, I thought he had it. Jay Crowder rebounds, gives it over to Paul. Chris Paul attacking. Gives it down to Ayton. Ayton kicks it over Michael Bridges. You bet. 113-106. And just like that. Why isn't Harden in? Like, this doesn't make too much sense to me. But what do I know? There he is. James Harden's back. I was like, why in the world wouldn't they have him in? As Tyler Johnson is at the line. Thursday's matchup, Nets and the Lakers. Tyler Johnson at the line. The second one is up. Second one is good. 113-108. And here we go. 5-point game. What are the Suns going to do? Chris Paul gets a screen from Bridges. Now Harris is on him. I think he likes this matchup. He's looking to pass, though, over to Booker, who zips it into Ayton. Ayton looking to go to work. He loses it. Shamet corrals it over to Harden. James Harden over to Joe Harris. 4-3, no. Jeff Green, put back, no. Wow. Jeff Green misses the putback. He's calling for a foul. Chris Paul for 3. You cannot give Chris Paul extra opportunities. Just can't happen. 21.7 assists for Chris Paul. As Jeff Green comes into the front court over to Harden. Harden over to Green. Green, 4-3. They need it. They got it. Jeff Green. What a shot. 116-111. We have raved about Jeff Green all night. Chris Paul attacking. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my, Uncle Drew, is that you? Oh, my, mid-range jump shot. My goodness. As Jeff Green comes into the front court. Gets a screen, and now Harden. This is all Harden. Harden, tween, and he's attacking Ayton. Euro stepping. Joe Harris. 4-3, you bet. My Lord. The Brooklyn Nets from downtown in this fourth quarter. It has been something to see. 118-114. As Chris Paul crosses the timeline, he gets a screen from Ayton. He doesn't want it, but he'll take it. Now Jeff Green's on him. He zips it to Devin Booker. Devin Booker is looking. Directing traffic over to Chris Paul. Open in the corner for 3. Why not? CP3. Chris Paul coming through in the clutch for the young Phoenix Suns team. He's got 26. Chris Paul putting on a show. James Harden being guarded by Ayton. Tween cross right around him. Float game is up, and it is good. James Harden. Got a little English, and it rolled in. Devin Booker brings it up. He has not taken a shot yet, I don't think, in the fourth. Or a couple mid-ranges. Now Chris Paul pulls a deep 3. You bet, Chris Paul. My goodness. CP3 from downtown. This is insane. One of the best closers in the game. Best leaders in the game. Taking over late in the game for the Phoenix Suns. James Harden pulls it back. Directing traffic. They need one bad. Can Harden provide it? Tween cross. Attacks. Jeff Green. Corner 3. My Lord. 124-119. These veterans are pulling through for their respective teams in the clutch. Devin Booker, get the ball to Chris Paul as soon as you can. He crosses the timeline. They are now face guarding Chris Paul. It doesn't matter. He gets it. Gets a screen from Ayton. He throws it over to Booker. Booker looking. Jay Crowder. Quarter. 3. No. Tyler Johnson rebound over to Harden. Harden's got 1:40 left. Can Harden make something happen? He gets a screen from Green. He's on his way. Downhill. Gets right around Ayton. Easy lay-in. 124-121. Here we go, Daniel. Here we go. We've been waiting on it all night.
Waiting on it all night, Dan. You think I got anything melted in here that I can sip on?
Shoot, we about to find out.
Oh, yeah. That was a good drink. That's the best about these. You find more. When you're not even expecting it, you find more. Daniel, I don't know if you saw this, bro, but the TikToks, we've had 3 straight
Over 1,000 views. And we've posted one today. And I think it's at like 200 before I started. This most recent one. It's at 311 views. TikTok, man. I love it. Obviously, I posted one where I'm going to delete where we went live. You find more. Do what? Did I find more?
Oh, yeah, you do find more. Yeah. Dude, they're so good. I will be walking into our fantasy football draft, this thing fully loaded and a couple in the back seat. Gotta stay strapped, man. These Cherry Coke Zeros are the real deal. You found more to drink, yeah. I know, it took me a minute. But yeah, man, I mean, I'm super jacked up.
This has been so much fun.
Yeah, I don't know why it's like this. I'm not sure. Because I didn't put stream delay in it. I turned that off. I didn't do anything like that. So it's confusing me. But it's a work in progress. This is my first time on this little OBS Streamlabs. So hopefully I learn more about it and can find ways to. I don't think that it's on you. Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I can do it to make it better. But I'm going to keep looking as Chris Paul gets it over to Booker. Booker has 8 to work. Devin Booker attacks downhill, gets in the middle, and loses it, but they call a foul. Who fouled? And James Harden is clearly yelling all ball. I'm not sure where the foul is. Are you watching, Daniel, on TNT, or are you just listening? I think they're going to review it. They challenged it. Yeah, maybe I need to enable like stream delay or something, and then maybe the comments will be more in line. But it looks like they're going. The Nets took a timeout here to challenge the call, and I think it was a beautiful challenge by the Nets. Steve Nash, great challenge. I think they'll win this challenge, and the Nets will get the ball down 3. Obviously, we all know who's getting the ball, but who takes the shot? Yeah, I am. He's the one that told me about the screen delay or the stream delay in the first place. I mean, I kind of like showed him my screen to kind of see like, if I had something clicked wrong. But I'll probably look into it after the stream just to prepare for tomorrow with UK. So that'll be interesting. We'll see. We'll see what I can do. Hopefully I can fix it, because I remember whenever I live streamed straight through YouTube, like, dude, the comments were super quick, and everything was very, very quick in terms of the chat. I think what it is that through here, yeah, I can see the comments, but I can't comment through here. Like, I had to open up my own tab with the YouTube channel and comment through there. But I think they upheld the call. No, they did not. No, they did not. The challenge was successful, and now they will be jumping it up because nobody had clear possession. And so now it's Jeff Green versus Aiden. You got to think the Suns win this one. 1:18 to go, 124, 121. The Phoenix Suns, which once had a 20-plus point lead, now finds himself battling for the game here in the fourth quarter. Can Jeff Green win the tip? Jeff Green won the tip. Wow. Jeff Green wins the tip, and now Harden, across half court, gives it over to Green. Green, at the top of the key, gets a screen from Harden. They're looking for Harden. Not getting it. Jeff Green just goes downhill, wide open. Right-handed lay-in, 124, 123. 55 seconds to go. Chris Paul, top of the key. 45 to go, 10 on the shot clock. Chris Paul takes a hard dribble. He's attacking. He gets mid-range. He fades. Nothing. Doesn't like it. Over to Bridges for three. No go. The Jeff Green with the rebound. James Harden attacking the other end. He stepped back. Three ball. It's good. James Harden puts in the three. 126 to 124. First lead of the night for the Brooklyn Nets. James Harden, cold-blooded three. My goodness. Step back three. Show me what you got, James. My goodness. Wow. What a shot. Quick shot, too. So even if the Suns get a bucket here, the Nets will get a shot. I am not pulling for overtime. I'm just going to be honest. Not pulling for overtime. I want a regulation winner. I want a game winner. My goodness. James Harden with a cold-blooded three. My goodness. James Harden. Step back. Mikal Bridges. Three ball. Now let's see. If you're the Suns, you're down two. Chris Paul or Devin Booker. Jay Crowder inbounding. He gets it to, guess who? Devin Booker. He's attacking. Hard screen by Chris Paul. He's going one-on-one against Shamet. Devin Booker backing him down. Pump fakes, flips it up. It's no good. And the Nets rebound. Joe Harris with the ball. No foul yet. They're calling timeout. 13.7. The Nets are up by 2. Devin Booker misses the mid-range jump shot. They elected to go to Booker despite Chris Paul being as hot as he has been in the fourth quarter. And he misses the shot, and Joe Harris with a tough rebound. 126, 124. It'll be interesting to see if the Brooklyn Nets elect to push the ball into the front court as Devin Booker looks very upset. I mean, he had 16 in the first quarter and has really struggled since. That's crazy. He started with 16, And now he has 22. So in the first quarter, he was going crazy. But now, he's only had 6 points since the first quarter. Crazy by Devin Booker. He disappeared down the stretch. Chris Paul kind of willed them. They took their foot off the gas, which tends to be a problem with these kind of leads in the NBA. This is a massive win. And if you think about it, early on in the first half, what were we talking about? We were talking, is this Brooklyn Nets depth a problem? Landry Shamet, Olawawu Cabarrot, Jeff Green, Joe Harris, DeAndre Jordan, they've all played extremely well. And they're kind of making you think maybe this team has enough already. Not even who they'll add. Jeff Green looking to inbound. He gets it into Harden. Harden will be fouled. They're mad about the foul call. Yeah, I mean, Devin Booker put on a show for the first quarter. And then it's like after the first quarter, he just disappeared. Louise says, go Nets. I'm assuming you're a Nets fan. As Devin Booker and James Harden having a little verbal altercation before he goes to the foul line. James Harden with 36, 11, and 6. Can he add to it? First free throw's up. First free throw's good. James Harden has single-handedly in the fourth quarter willed them. They were down 8 when he checked in. Now they're up 3 with the potential to go up 4 with 11 seconds down. 20-plus at the end of the half. I think it was 21, 76-55. And it was fought all the way back. And now hits both free throws. 128, 124. My goodness. Unbelievable. Man, KD going to win his 3rd ring. I'm so happy for, bro. It could happen. That's for sure. No excuses for this Brooklyn Nets team. They've gone all in. They got 3 perennial all-stars, superstars, whatever you want to call them. One of the best big threes we've probably ever seen. There is no reason for them not to be there. I'm not sure if they can win or not. I don't know the future, but I will say it's very interesting to watch this all develop. I appreciate you guys for joining because, my goodness, make sure to like and subscribe and watch all kinds of games and be entered into the giveaway. Yes, we will. 100 subscribers, you'll be entered into a giveaway. We're giving it away, obviously, at 100 subscribers. If you like basketball content, if you like these types of videos, I do them all the time, almost every night. And we post on this channel daily for the most part. The Brooklyn Nets trailed by 24 in the first half and have been rolling since. I appreciate that, Daniel. If I had it out in front of me, I would pin that comment. Chris Paul inbounding. They're setting a back screen for Crowder. Crowder for 3. Wide open. He misses it. Saric tips it out. There's still 6 seconds. Chris Paul from the logo. 4-3. Won't go. Brooklyn wins. Wow. Brooklyn escapes with the win. 128 to 124. The Nets get the win. My goodness, what a fourth quarter. The Brooklyn Nets showed how bad they wanted this game. It would have been so easy for them to just say, no KD, no Kyrie. Let's not even play James in the fourth quarter. There's no reason. It's a back-to-back. But no. James Harden put on the cape and played extremely hard. I'm going to stay on here through the interviews, kind of see what he has to say, because I'm actually intrigued to see what Harden says. And a point I made last night, James Harden on the Nets is not the same James Harden we saw in the Rockets. This is a more focused, more refined, and a better version of James Harden. Now let's listen up to James Harden's interview.
38, 7, and 11 for James Harden. My goodness. James Harden. I mean, nothing but respect. Yeah, good game, everybody. I appreciate, again, everybody for coming out. Again, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, Kentucky versus Vanderbilt. Be here. We will be rolling with that. No NBA tonight, or tomorrow, rather. No NBA tomorrow. We'll be focused on college. And then Friday, or Thursday, Brooklyn Nets, Los Angeles Lakers. Be here. It'll be a fun one. Katie and Kyrie should play. James Harden should play. And it should be fun. Nets come back from 24 down to get the win. What a time. Hopefully I'll see you guys next